Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we've got another video on Real Madrid news. Like we've been talking about for the last couple of days, there are going to be rumors flying in as the summer transfer window opens up in just under 2 weeks now, I believe. So a lot of teams, a lot of clubs are preparing to let players go and bring in players as well. And we still don't know what is going to happen with Benzema. We have to wait until the Athletic Club Bilbao game is done and over with. So, um, yeah, we can't really say much on that. But regardless of whether Benzema stays or goes, Real Madrid need a backup striker. And Joselu was brought in. Is he ever going to play? I probably don't think so. I don't think Joselu's gonna play. I think the Joselu signing is more like in case we've got Benzema out and we got a backup striker out, then we can bring Joselu in. I think that is kind of what is the plan. And obviously it's not even confirmed that we're gonna bring Joselu in just yet as well, by the way. It's been reported and it seems like it's going to be a very close to being a done deal. So it could be done very soon. So we'll see on that. It's going to be a 1 year deal for Joselu on a loan, by the way. So it's not like a permanent deal. It's a loan deal. He's 33 years old. He'll be here for 1 year, so that means 2024. So that is very close to being done, I suppose. And then you look on the market for another striker that isn't Joselu levels. And I'm not trying to be offensive to Joselu, but basically we want a player that can play for better team than Espanyol, right? Let's put it that way. And you have Firmino who's out there. Are we gonna get Firmino? I'm not so sure. So reports have been suggesting. I'm recording this on Saturday, and I don't know when I'm gonna upload this. Either Saturday or Sunday. So by the time you are watching this, there might have already been more reports that have come out from Fabrizio Romano or any of the big media outlets, right? But it's been suggested that Real Madrid are interested and Real Madrid want Kai Havertz. Now, I'll give you my thoughts on this a bit later, just a bit later. But I'm pretty sure he has got 2 years left on his contract, so you're not going to be able to get him from cheap. I expect Chelsea to demand 60, 70, upwards to 80 million for him, because I'm pretty sure they spent quite a bit on him when they got him in 2020 from Bayer Leverkusen. And speaking of that, Real Madrid were actually very close. I remember this saga and rumors, right, to bringing him in. I'm pretty sure personal terms were somewhat agreed. I think the two clubs were on the same page in terms of the transfer fee, and that's Real Madrid and Bayer Leverkusen before he joined Chelsea. But because of what happened with the pandemic, it could not be done. And it couldn't happen for some reason. And then he went to Chelsea. So there were and there have been interest in Kai Havertz before, so it's not like we don't know much about the player. Of course, we know what kind of player Kai Havertz is because we've scouted him before, we've negotiated for him before, so we know what he's going to offer to the team. So Perez, Ancelotti, who's apparently interested and keen on him, they know what they're doing. It's not like they're just randomly signing a player out of nowhere. You need to remember as well, this is the guy, the same person, the same player that scored in the Champions League final two finals ago against Manchester City to win the Champions League for Chelsea. So his Chelsea career has fallen off quite a bit, hasn't it? He went from scoring a Champions League final winning goal and now he just doesn't have a place in the team, and he doesn't know what his starting position is. He doesn't know where he wants to play. And at Bayer Leverkusen, he was kind of like a attacking midfielder, but also like a false nine, not particularly a striker, even though he can play there. But his role is he's a versatile player. He's a very versatile player, and I think these are the type of signings that the club likes to make. Versatile players, versatile signings, players that can play in multiple positions to cover. And I think that this will be a good deal. I'm not just saying that because, you know what, just bring in a player. Of course, I want to see a player bring in, but if you put into context, if you're going to sign this guy for 70 million, is it actually worth it? Is it actually worth it? Bear in mind, he's only 23. Right, I'm pretty sure he's going to be 24 soon. So, basically, he's 23, 24. He's got another 5 years in him, right? If you're going to get the best out of him, it's going to be now. And then when he eventually reaches his prime, when he's 26, 27, 28, okay, that is where he reaches the prime. So you've got a couple of years with this guy. You're not signing a 30-year-old. But you're not signing a 17, 18-year-old. However, I would like to say that I have been here before and I said that we probably shouldn't sign Osimhen, Vlahovic, you know, such a young group of players. But Havertz is in that group. So now I'm thinking to myself, am I contradicting myself just to get a player? Honestly, I think the difference between Havertz and like Osimhen and Vlahovic is, I think it's a very versatile player. He can play in different positions, so he doesn't have to come in and play at number 9, which isn't even his preferred position anyways. So it's almost like bring him in, but just fill the gaps. If you bring Victor Osimhen in now, which I don't see happening anyways, or do some Vlahovic, they're gonna come in and beat him in number 9. And if you want to bring Erling Haaland next summer, I don't think you should bring Vlahovic. Of course, I would love the idea of Vlahovic, because I don't really think we'll get Haaland next season. So, look, I think you put all of this on a drawing map. Mbappe, Haaland is the eventual goal that you want to get. But are you going to get them? If it's a yes, okay, hold out until you get them. If it's a no, obviously you can't be sure if it's going to be a yes or no now. But if it's a no, do you sign Vlahovic? I think we should. If we are not going to get Haaland, then it's a good signing. Do you get Osimhen? For the price? No, but he's a good player. Do you get Kai Havertz? Yeah. So, look, it's all of these signings are based on what we want to do next summer. For the start of next summer, yeah. So, look, I think this deal is quite a good deal. I think he's on the same level, in the same group of age and category as Osimhen and Vlahovic. So, if you ask me, would you sign Vlahovic? Yes. Would you sign Osimhen? Yes, but not for that price. So, immediately it's a 1 pro to sign him. I think versatility is a very good thing. 2 pros now. He can play up front. He can play as number 10, even though we don't really have a 10. He can play off the right. So I do like this. In a player, you want versatility. You want him to be able to fill the gaps in multiple different positions. I think his age, like I said, you know, you're looking at the bracket 23, 24, 25 year old players. If you're not going to be able to bring Haaland in, then you want to sign 23, 24, 25 year olds now, rather than hold out. So, is this a sign, thinking to ourselves, we're probably not going to get Haaland or Mbappe next summer anyways, because it's very unlikely? Maybe that might be the case, right? Maybe that might be the case. But his age, 3 pros. A con, I would say it's the price. I think if you are going to pay 60, 70 million for Kai Havertz, as a striker, I'd rather we use that money on Dusan Vlahovic. You know, I'd rather that. But like I said, versatility and overall, which player is better, Vlahovic or Havertz? At the moment, I would say both haven't had a great season, but I would take Vlahovic because we really need a striker. But Havertz is good for the versatility, man. And maybe one last thing as a pro, we wanted him 3 years ago, so we know what kind of player he is and what he can offer. So it looks like it's a good deal. It looks like it's gonna be a good deal. Obviously, we have to negotiate a price with Chelsea. What is the fee that they're gonna ask? There's the question. Look, I don't expect Chelsea to budge. You know, with the likes of Kovacic and Mount, I think they're gonna ask for a lot, and I think it's gonna be the same for Havertz. These are some sellable, valuable assets that they have, and they want to use these assets to reinvest in the team. So if they can get 70 million for Havertz, they will stick up for 70 million. If they can get 80 million for Mount, they will stick up and get 80 million for Mount. I think it's the same situation here. I don't think you're gonna be able to bargain. So it's almost like if you want this player, pay the price or go away. It's almost like that now. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. A slight note is that Chelsea are not interested in things like a loan to buy, option to buy, obligation to buy. They want the straight up cash, straight up, like just cash. Give us 60 million, only buy, no loan, no option to buy, whatever. They only want you to buy now. So it makes this deal even tougher. But yeah, I mean, obviously there's still like Vlahovic. He's available. And I mean, there's lots of options out there. I mean, but I don't think that they'll go for good money. I think it's gonna be silly money, really. So yeah, of course you will want to assess your options. In fact, I wonder how much Vlahovic will be going for and how much he would leave Juve for. But yeah, I mean, it's an interesting deal, isn't it? This Kai Havertz story. It came out of basically nowhere. I mean, we have seen it before in the past where players were linked, but I saw like one tweet that was like Real Madrid are interested in Havertz, and I'm like, okay, let's just brush it off. You know, Real Madrid get linked to players all over the place, and then suddenly everyone, everywhere, you know, Chelsea fans and Fabrizio Romano and everyone starts talking about this Kai Havertz to Real Madrid deal. And it seems like it could really happen. So let's see. But I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Let me know what are your thoughts on this deal. Do you want Kai Havertz? Do you think he is a Real Madrid quality player? I don't think he's a starter quality player. I think he's a good backup option. But let me know. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit the like button if you did. Subscribe to the channel on already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.